Toyota has never fully committed to the idea of making a bona fide hot hatchback before, preferring instead to deliver a series of competent but hardly mind-altering warm hatchbacks over the years. But this new limited edition £26,295, 209 bhp Yaris GRMN is the exception to that rule. And there's one very simple reason why. The Yaris GRMN is the first car amongst a whole new range of fast Toyotas that will be badged globally as GR, which stands for Gazoo Racing. Think AMG and you'll get a good idea of where Toyota wants to go with the GR brand over the coming years. Question is then, does the Yaris GRMN deliver where it really needs to, on the road and track, to be able to compete with the best cars at this level? And can it possibly justify that high asking price?
It's quite a funky little thing, the Yaris GRMN on the road, despite its slightly comedic name. They have done a proper job on this thing, and the Yaris GRMN definitely goes a treat. Because it's supercharged rather than turbocharged, you get instant response from the throttle. It kind of feels like you've got a sort of 2.5 litre, not a V6, but a 2.5, big capacity engine under your right foot. Because when you put your foot down, it goes immediately and it goes hard. Third gear on a road like this is definitely the gear to be in, because even on the tight stuff, you plant your foot early, the diff lights up, kills any kind of understeer that there might be. There is just a little whiff of understeer on turning, but as soon as you get the diff lit, it kills the understeer, and the response from the motor, it's a proper thing, it really is. I'm not absolutely convinced about the ride quality. I'm not absolutely convinced about the steering. The steering wheel itself is very nice. It's from a GT86. And there are various bits and bobs. The main difference inside here are these seats. These big bucket sports seats, and they're pretty cool. But other than that, it just feels pretty standard Yaris inside, apart from the steering wheel. Which is no bad thing, because the Yaris is perfectly okay inside. But actually, you've just got to kind of completely remove from your brain the Yaris aspect and just focus on the GR Racing aspect. The GR, by the way, stands for Gazoo Racing, and MN, slightly embarrassingly, stands for Meisters of the Nürburgring. We'll ignore that, we'll ignore the badging, and we'll ignore the fact that it sounds a little bit like an aftermarket sat-nav in its naming. Because when you get sat in this seat and you find a decent road like this one, this thing is blinding. It really is. I don't know, I've been driving this thing on the road now for several hours, good roads, and there's a big smile on my face, which is the main thing. But I think to really find out just how good and how committed this hot Yaris is, we need to go to a track. And as we're in Barcelona and there is a Grand Prix circuit at the Circuit de Catalunya, I think we should go there right now. And as if by magic, we have a track. It's actually not the Circuit de Catalunya that I thought we were going to, but this is still a beltingly good track just outside Barcelona. But it's not the track that one has come here to assess, it's the Yaris GRMN. I've already done a few cheeky laps, I have to admit. And I have to admit, this thing feels absolutely at home on a circuit. I've got everything switched off, and as you can see, when you back off into a corner, you can get a proper bit of lift-off oversteer. A lot of lift-off oversteer when the tyres aren't particularly warm, which they are not on this example. They've put some slightly different tyres on this. They're called Bridgestone DB11S. They're not road legal, they're pure track day tyre. They just last longer, generate a bit more grip, just are better to use on a track. But, okay, so what are the good things about the Yaris on the track? Apart from the fact that it has a bundle of grip. Well, it really does go properly in a straight line, this thing. I mean, there's your lift off oversteer. But no, even quite potent hot hatches quite often feel just not very fast on a track, because there's big wide expanses of track and you just kind of think, come on, I want a bit more performance. But this thing really goes well. 6.1 to 60 miles an hour is what the claim is, and I absolutely believe it. 6.4 to 62. Lovely little gearbox, nice 6-speed manual gearbox. Yes please, thank you very much Toyota. We don't need flappy paddles in a car like this. But it's the lack of weight that you can really pick up on. When the way this thing changes direction when you want it to, it's just fab. And under brakes too. Slightly bigger brakes, but they're ventilated. That's the big difference. Lovely feel through the pedal. I'm still not convinced about the driving position, because I just think you sit a bit too high. The seats themselves are fab. Really, really nice and supportive. Really comfortable too. But I'm just sitting about 2 or 3 inches too high here. And on a track that just accentuates it, if anything. But the handling and the steering and the brake feel and the grip and the go, you can't really complain. In fact, no. You can't really complain. All you can do is actually applaud this thing. This is a proper, serious, slightly mad hot hatch, which feels properly quick, even on a circuit like this. So I know it's expensive, 26 grand. I mean, that's knocking on Honda Civic Type R money. And no way is this anywhere near as quick as a Civic Type R, but it is good fun. And there are going to be, I don't know, 80 to 100 of them in the UK. And they're going to be 80 to 100 people who have a right giggle in this Yaris GRMN. And as a sign of things to come, because this is the first of very many Toyota GRs, Gazoo Racing Toyotas. They're going to brand it a bit like AMG and BMW M. Well, it's just great. As a sign of things to come, doesn't get much better than this. Right, I think I should probably put it away now. And there's a man with a red flag, so it's time for me to stop.
So overall, we really like the Yaris GRMN, despite its too high driving position and its even crazier high price tag. As an indication of what's to come in future from Toyota's fast expanding new GR division, it's a big step in the right direction. More of this please Toyota, and soon, maybe at a slightly more competitive price. Click on the video windows to watch first drives of the latest Honda Civic Type R or the new Hyundai i30N. Click on the play icon to watch our latest video or on our logo to subscribe.